What does this sign say? Here's the beautiful, majestic Wisconsin River. Oh, so it looks like, well, it's going to be too dark as we go from here. There's a beautiful trail. You know, the whole world's worried about jobs, money, fame, and fortune. It's worried about if people like each other, if it likes them. The world likes to judge people, especially superstars. I know that it judges a lot of superstars. You know, God's the judge, so I've learned that maybe I shouldn't be judging all those superstars. I don't know who they are. You know, and the women too get it rough because sometimes I think they're forced to wear certain clothes, but that's not who God made them, and I think the only thing was to judge them. I mean, I don't have any stones to cast because I'm a sinner. So I think we need to forgive those superstars, and we got to make sure that they don't have that big of a influence on our lives. I think we make them bigger than they are. They're no bigger than you and me. We're all the same, but we make them big. I don't know why, but we just do. And I think we just need to forgive each other and not be jealous. I think deep down there's things we don't realize. There's fear. A lot of fear. A lot of jealousy. A lot of it. But we can get rid of that. And I'm not saying all of us, but I'm saying at least myself. When I look at myself real deeply, there was a lot of fear, even greed, jealousy, envy, fear. And I have to let God take over that. Because everything's okay. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to work out for God. And I have everything I need. I don't need to be unhappy. And if somebody irritates me or sins against me, I know I can hold a grudge and be upset, be irritable about it. But what would God do? He'd forgive him right away, 70 times 70. And he'd move on his way. I don't know how he did it, but he never held a grudge. He never sinned. He had every temptation that we have, but he never, ever succumbed to it. Now, I think if we sin, that's not really okay, but I mean, we're going to sin. We're humans. We're going to sin. We can't beat ourselves up. I think we put ourselves on the plane with God to be as good as him. And the truth is, we're sinners. I'm not saying go and sin. I'm just saying we're sinners. We have to realize that. So, yeah. So we're sinners. So we got to remember that forgiveness is out there. I'm not saying go sin, like I said, but just not be hard on ourselves. I think we have it wrong that we got to be perfect. We're never going to be perfect. We got to be who God made us and try not to sin. Instead of being hard-hearted and then thinking we sin, we get upset about ourselves. That ain't no good. We got to love. We got to love, and love. Just like Mary Magdalene. She loved. Sorry. Don't have a coat on, getting a little cold. Mary Magdalene loved. She was a sinner, but she loved. So, you know, I think if I sin a million times, but I love a lot, just maybe, I'm not just sure if this is wise to say, maybe that's better than if I sin very little and yet think I'm better than everybody because I have such little sin and then my heart is not with God. It's more or less try not to sin because it's too strict and it's not merciful, if that makes any sense. It's hard to explain it in words, but sometimes I can try not to sin, but then my heart can get hardened at the same time. So I gotta get both in balance where I try not to sin and try not to brag about or look down upon those that do sin and keep my heart soft. So kind of a balance of the woman that sinned, we all sin, so it's kind of funny, and balance, not be like the Pharisees who, I don't know if they sinned too, but I don't think they were proud and upright. And I think they would try not to sin in public. That's my thinking. My thinking is they would try not to sin in public just to look like they were better. But in reality, their hearts were not towards God. Amen.